everybody. Welcome back to the Routine Podcast.
Gymnastics Conversations.
I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Chelsea's mom, Diana.
And we're back for episode 65.
The third season. It's going to be bigger and better than the other two.
I hate when people say that. Because it's just like, just do what you're doing.
I hate new and improved.
New and improved. We're still the same old people.
We are, but I believe every day of my life I'm new and improved.
Okay, wow. Okay. See, guys, this is what I'm working with.
Maybe not new.
But improved.
But improved.
Today, we're going to be talking about the incoming freshmen for this season.
Yeah, Chelsea sent me links to look at some of the incoming freshmen. Wow.
See, and I really struggle with this episode because there's so many talented gymnasts joining all of these great teams.
Yeah.
But we can't talk about them all.
No.
So it's like, who do you talk about and who do you not talk about?
I know. And I hope we get a chance to interview some of the incoming freshmen.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Remember last year we actually interviewed Savannah and Trinity as the incoming freshmen for Florida.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we get the chance to do that again this year. We have to determine, I'm like doing like a Snidely Whiplash with my fingers.
Who?
You don't know who Snidely Whiplash is?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh, you've got to look it up on the Google machine.
On the Google machine? I'll add that to our episode notes. Chelsea, look up Sniper who?
Snidely Whiplash. So can I just tell you a little about Snidely?
Oh, here we go. I know you guys missed us.
Okay, so it was a cartoon, and Nell was her name, and she was a female who always got caught by Snidely Whiplash, and he would always tie her to the railroad tracks. And that was Dudley Do-Right would come and save Nell every time from Snidely Whiplash. Now, I'm wondering if I'm getting my cartoons confused.
So you can't be telling stories and then have it all mixed up.
I think it was Snidely who would steal Nell. All right, the listeners, because, one of the things we found out in the survey that we did at the end of the year, we've got a lot of listeners who are my age.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
So those who are my age, who remember this, he would twirl his mustache too. Right? Okay. So that's how I got on this whole subject. I was moving my hands like Snidely would do. What were we talking about, though?
Which freshmen are we going to interview?
That's what it was. That's what it is. Which ones?
And what I really liked about last year's interview with Trinity and Savannah is that it's almost like a little marker of their growth.
Oh, it's so true.
Yeah.
So different.
Oh, yeah. They were like such shy little freshmen. Had no idea what to expect.
No, when trying to interview them, it was just so hard because they were so shy.
Yeah.
Brand new at Florida.
Which is understandable.
Absolutely. And they had an amazing season last year.
And what's really interesting is that Florida has actually only brought on one freshman this year.
Well, they had 5 last year.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess like they didn't graduate many people.
You know who graduated? Alicia.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I go back and, we'll talk about our new website in a little bit, but one of the ones that's appearing at the top of the page right now is Alicia. Mm-hmm. And that was one of my favorite all-time interviews.
Oh, my gosh. Ooh, that was a good one.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Especially at nationals when there's all this, like, ruckus going on about teams and which team is going to win and all this stuff. And we just had a moment to talk to Alicia about her career.
And then we talked to her mom.
And her dad.
And her dad.
Yeah.
So that was one. I was thinking the other day, too, when we interviewed Neil Glenn, the Glenn twins on UCLA, that was one of my favorite interviews as well. I love interviewing parents. Pang's mom, when we interviewed Pang's mom after that meet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do a little bit more of that this year, please.
Sure.
Okay.
As long as people want to talk to us.
Yeah, that's true. I think the parents will want to talk to us.
So that's something to add to our list. Which freshmen should we interview before season?
And which parents do we want to interview during season?
If you guys have any suggestions or just someone that you want to hear from, let us know and we'll try and make it happen.
Yep, absolutely.
So before we get into talking about these incoming freshmen, we actually had the chance to talk with Kayla Williams, the meet director from Elevate the Stage.
Elevate the Stage has 2 upcoming meets, going to be fantastic, but our discussion with Kayla gives you a lot more information about what's about to happen. We are joined by Kayla Williams. Kayla is the meet director for Elevate the Stage and former NCAA Alabama gymnast. And of course, world champion. We never forget that part, Kayla.
Much appreciated.
So can you talk to us about Elevate the Stage?
Yeah. So Elevate the Stage started in 2015 as a neutral site competition between the University of Alabama and Auburn University, and just kind of elevating that regular season matchup experience. At this point in time, we represent a total of 12 university programs and upwards of 4,000 youth gymnasts. So, we've been able to grow into providing that podium and that championship feel to JO and Excel athletes all over the country.
Where are the locations this year?
So Elevate the Stage will be in Toledo, Ohio first. We also were awarded an OSTIA qualifier for that location. And then after that, a couple weeks later, we will go to Birmingham, Alabama. We will have Alabama and Auburn. That rivalry is alive and well down here.
If I have a gymnast that I want to register for either, how would they go about doing that?
They need to call me ASAP. So I would recommend coaches reaching out via elevatethestage.com.
Well, this has been a great conversation. Can we continue to talk to you about it and see how things are going?
Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited to continue to talk to you guys as the season progresses. Can't wait to hear more about what you guys are doing and all of the gymnastics that we're going to get to cover together.
So again, that's Elevate the Stage. We're going to have more from Kayla so you can learn a little bit more about some of the teams that are going to be competing at Elevate the Stage this year.
So let's get started on these incoming freshmen. I feel like it's kind of like some teams, like they either have a whole bunch of freshmen or none at all.
You know the one you need to talk about first and foremost.
Not LSU.
Nope, not LSU. You know I'm different this year, right?
Okay, let's mark what Mom just said. I'm different this year, and then let's circle back around to this in February.
I think you will be able to.
I don't think so.
Sarah graduated.
Sarah Finnegan.
Sarah Finnegan, for those who don't know.
And Mom was a diehard. If you didn't know, if you were living under a rock.
And Sarah's graduated, so I'm way objective this year.
So are you an LSU fan?
Yes, but I'm also an Oklahoma fan.
So you got to choose one, Mom.
I do not have to choose
You do.
one. I do not. I don't know enough to choose now, though.
That's fair.
But again, I'm objective this year.
I have a feeling that soundbite is not going to age well.
You think?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. But anyhow, I think we have to start with the national champions.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, and they're new freshmen.
Okay, so they have quite a bit of new freshmen too, but as I know we've talked about previously, Oklahoma isn't the team that brings in all of these big name gymnasts.
But they did bring in one.
They did. They did.
And that's really all they need.
I wouldn't go that far.
Why?
Because one gymnast isn't going to shape, unless you're Maggie Nichols. One gymnast is not going to shape, especially as a freshman. That's a lot of pressure.
No. It's not what I'm saying by any stretch. What I'm saying is,
break it down for me.
They won nationals, regardless of the new freshmen that are coming in.
Okay, but they graduated some people.
Okay.
So you got to fill those
that's
spots.
right. They graduated Brenna.
Nicole Lehrman.
Oh,
Remember?
Nicole.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
can we say who the new freshman is?
so Reagan Smith
I know.
is now an Oklahoma Zoomer.
I know. She looks like an Oklahoma gymnast.
She does. She looks like she would fit in very well there. But I think, especially now that we're talking about former elites now in college gymnastics, I think we need to be aware that not all elite gymnasts translate well in college gymnastics.
And can I just say that it's Maggie Nichols and Reagan on the same team?
I know that
this year.
It probably will be very deadly, but I just don't want people to have these expectations.
Yeah.
Where because she was elite, she's going to do amazing things and just win everything. It's no, she's a college gymnast, and elite gymnastics is very different than college gymnastics. So let's just let her have her college career.
You know, it's so funny. In all the seasons that we've done this podcast, you always do that, which I think is great, and I admire you for that. As a former gymnast, you really hate it when we put all this pressure on gymnasts to perform.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
I'm just looking out for my
For,
sisters.
for your peeps?
Yeah. But I mean, she probably is going to do amazing things.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I'm excited for her to thrive. Not that she didn't thrive in elite, but I think the last couple of years she struggled. So I'm excited to see her potentially have a great gymnastics career again.
Well, and think about it. She's going to be with KJ.
I know.
Right?
Like, who doesn't want to work with KJ Kindler?
Right? So
Yeah.
so I'm excited about Oklahoma. So that's why I say, I might become an Oklahoma fan. Ever
Reagan-
since that trip to Oklahoma,
I know, right?
I have been in it with Oklahoma.
Yeah. Reagan is not the only freshman. There were quite a few freshmen who joined the team, so I'm excited to see all of them make an impact. Is there anyone else we should talk about, Mom?
Well, we could talk about LSU. We don't have to, but we could.
I mean,
Again, I'm living up to what I said about 15 minutes ago. We don't have to talk about LSU. Although I would love for you to tell me who they have.
I know. Just so Mom can weigh the options,
Yes.
That's what this episode is for you. It's like, I'm like dealing the cards for you. Which one are you going to pick?
Which hand am I picking?
Yeah. So LSU actually brought in 7 freshmen this year.
What?
Yeah. But remember, they graduated like a huge class. So
This is very similar to what Florida did last year.
Yeah. I see a lot of teams now having to fill in a lot of spots because last year, across the board, there were a lot of amazing seniors that graduated.
Yeah, and so this becomes probably a building year.
Oh, yeah. Well, who knows? Because a lot of these freshmen are very talented.
Yeah.
So
And Kennedy is a senior.
Kennedy is a senior.
And Ruby is a senior.
Like, how? I feel like they both just started.
I might have to take it back. I forgot about that.
Mom, literally. Okay, let's just do like a little jump cut to what Mom literally just said 10 minutes ago.
You know I'm different this year, right? And Sarah's graduated, so I'm way objective this year. Okay, it's all right. I'm just saying I haven't committed yet. I'm just saying I forgot about Ruby and Kennedy. Are there other seniors besides those two?
No, that's it. Just the 2 of them.
Oh wow.
Back to the freshmen on the team.
Okay.
This isn't the senior episode.
So 7 new freshmen.
And a lot of them are big names. One of the new freshmen that a lot of people are anticipating to see her in college is former national team member Alana Shinikova. And what's interesting about her, first of all, she committed to LSU very late because she was on the Olympic track.
Okay.
But unfortunately, in June, she ruptured her Achilles.
Oh.
So I wonder how far along she is in her recovery, what events she'll be competing, although one of her better events is bars.
So she chose LSU before the ruptured Achilles or after?
After.
Okay.
It'll be very interesting to see. First of all, her lines are impeccable, which I think will be really refreshing on LSU's
I think
team.
you're right. I mean, you're used to
Power.
Well,
Sarah. Okay, yeah, Sarah Finnegan. Okay,
well,
okay.
let's see.
But like, she's like Nastia Liukin status.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's very exciting, and I know Jay Clark is very excited to have her on bars.
Right.
But also, Kaya Johnson and Kai Rivers are also additions to the team. Both of them are great gymnasts. Kaya Johnson is a powerhouse, and Kai Rivers has a beautiful bar routine.
So bars again.
Yeah, LSU looks like is going to be a bars team again. I'm excited to see LSU and how these freshmen will impact the team. But what's interesting is that there already are a lot of great gymnasts on the team. So before, with Florida, it was like they had to rely on their freshmen because there weren't a lot of other gymnasts. But here, there still are a lot of upperclassmen gymnasts on the team. So who's going to be competing, who's not, it's going to be interesting.
So I'm excited too, Chess, but I'm sticking to where I am.
You're keeping your mind open.
I am.
One team that I am also very interested about is Michigan. Michigan brought in a lot of new gymnasts this season.
Yeah, so it might be Michigan's turn, right?
Right? Sierra Brooks, 2019 JO National all-around winner, floor winner, balance beam winner, vault winner. So,
And she's at Michigan.
yeah.
I wonder how they got her.
I think she's from the Midwest.
Okay.
So maybe she wanted to be close to home.
Sure.
So she is going to make a big impact. Nicoletta Kulas, I was not familiar with her previously, but I did see her floor routine from JO, and she did a round off immediate triple twist. So, not that she'll be doing that in Michigan. Who knows? Maybe she'll just downgrade it to a 2.5. Maybe she'll do the
But
triple.
from a round off?
Yes.
How much power does that take, Chels?
And I think I read somewhere that she was previously committed to UCLA. So I don't know what happened, but now she's at Michigan. So great job, Michigan. Hopefully she can be a great addition to the floor lineup and maybe even some other events. And then lastly, Gabrielle Wilson, another amazing competitor. She has competed, I think, a couple of times at the Nastia Liukin Cup. And she's just a great all-around gymnast, which I think is also kind of typical of Michigan. They have a lot of all-arounders or gymnasts that do at least 3 events.
Yeah, they do.
So
Go Michigan.
another team that brought in 7 freshmen, which is insane, is Auburn. It's very exciting because we all know Auburn was like on this like kick last year.
Like their first 4 meets.
Right. They beat LSU. Like they were just rolling through the punches.
And what was the freshman? What's her name that did so well?
Darian?
Yeah, sorry, Darian.
Darian is back and better than ever.
It was fun watching Darian at Nationals.
Yeah, she was just doing her thing.
Right,
And, like,
she was.
And she was a freshman just doing her thing. So imagine her now as a sophomore doing her thing.
With 7 new freshmen.
Yeah. So excited to watch Auburn this year. And hopefully they have another successful season throughout the year, not just at the beginning. But one team, which actually we don't talk a lot about on the show, but maybe that'll change this year, is the University of Utah.
Utah.
So they're also going through some changes within their programs.
Yeah, they had seniors who graduated. They had,
Megan Marsden retired.
that's right, a coach that retired. Michaela went to go do bigger and better things. I know we don't like to say bigger and better, but this is an example of it.
And she got married like last month.
Oh, I didn't know that, Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, Michaela.
Yeah, she got married. She made the world team as an alternate. But what also is new to the team this year is they brought in Garrett Griffith as the assistant coach and Courtney McCool Griffith as the volunteer
wow.
coach.
They went to Utah.
Yeah. And why that's so exciting to me is that Courtney is an amazing choreographer.
She really is.
For these Utah gymnasts to perform in front of like the incredible crowd that they have with her choreography is like, I just can't wait. Miley O'Keefe, big name, former elite. Jillian Hoffman, another incredible gymnast. Utah really like elevated their recruiting game. So, but one gymnast who I stumbled across doing this research, who like now may be my new favorite gymnast, is Jaden Rucker.
New favorite gymnast?
I know that's like a big statement, but
It's about as big as my statements where I'm not going to be, you know what I mean? But that, so can we rewind yours too?
but she was just like so pleasant to watch. Everything just looks so easy to her. She has incredible form and she just looks happy. Like she's just doing gymnastics with this huge smile on her face. So I'm excited for the Utah fans to get behind all of these incredible freshmen.
I can't imagine being a freshman and performing in front of that crowd.
Ooh, that makes my stomach hurt just thinking about
Doesn't
it.
it?
I want to know what they do in training.
To get them ready for it.
Exactly. Because, like, how do you even prepare for that?
Can you imagine doing beam with that crowd?
No. Or imagine, like, being the visiting team
Yeah.
and all of those fans aren't behind you. Specifically in thinking about when UCLA was at Utah, like, 3 years ago. And it was just...
Didn't go well.
Yeah, it was not great. It was not great. So Utah, is kind of like a new program this year, and I'm excited to see what they bring. One of the teams that we all knew had a lot of shoes to fill this season was Kentucky.
Yeah.
They graduated all of these incredible seniors and
All around seniors.
Exactly. They did majority of the 24 routines that were competed. But they brought in some great freshmen. Raina Worley has an incredible Yurchenko 1.5, which I know Kentucky is very happy to have. And also Shaylin Lexick is an incredible bar worker. And of course, they have a lot of other freshmen that I'm sure will be competing as well.
So Kentucky's another team to watch.
And then the last team is Georgia. So again, Courtney is over there just building her empire.
She really is. She's just building that team each year. Is Sabrina Vega still there? She didn't graduate, right?
She's a senior.
Yo, watching Sabrina as a senior.
I know.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. So Soraya Hawthorne has a Yurchenko double full. I don't know if she's going to be competing it this year, but it is in her back pocket, and I'm sure they're doing everything they can to have her compete that. Haley DeHong is a former elite from Canada.
Yay, Coach McCharles.
I know, right?
Anytime there's anything from Canada, I say Coach McCharles.
So, of course, she has incredible lines, and she was a great bar worker. And then Amanda Cashman, another great freshman that I'm sure Courtney is very happy to have on her team.
So, if the freshmen perform at the level that their ability allows them to do, it should be a very good season to watch.
Mm-hmm. And of course, there's so many great freshmen out there. But not only freshmen, there's a lot of new things going on in preseason with each of these teams. And we actually had the chance to talk with Rebecca, an editor from College Gym News, about some of the happenings in College Gym News so far this preseason. And what's cool about Rebecca is that not only did she share with us a lot of the big name things that are happening, for example, she talked about Michigan, but she also talked about some of these lesser known teams and Division II gymnasts and Division III gymnasts and what we should be on the lookout for with them this season.
So we are joined with Rebecca. Rebecca is from College Gym News. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
How you doing?
I am all right. I am a little overwhelmed by the number of intra squats that started this weekend, but I'm really excited.
Well, just to introduce our listeners to Rebecca, as we said, is part of the College Gym News team. But I think more importantly, she covers schools and gymnastics that we have not traditionally had the chance to talk to or understand kind of their success. And so we're really thrilled that she's going to be with us throughout the season to give us updates on Division II, as well as some about Division III as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we want to start with Michigan?
I remember seeing earlier in preseason Natalie's Delchev. Is there any update on that?
I don't think they showed her bars routine, but I really, really hope that she keeps that because it was beautiful.
Yes, it absolutely was.
I've seen so many new Delchevs this offseason. I wonder if it's a side effect of requiring an extra 10th of bonus to get up to a 10-star value this season, because I've seen probably 6 or 7 new Delchevs this offseason. There was an adjustment after this season that the base value without bonus for bars, beam, and floor is a 9.4 now, not a 9.5.
What team last year ended on a high note that you're looking forward to seeing this season?
Lindenwood, obviously. They are so much fun, and they have so much fun.
Yeah, they have so much heart.
Something that I'm really happy about this season for Lindenwood, but a little sad as well, is that sophomore Paige Sorensen is starting to show up in training again. She had a knee injury last year. She was out for the season. And that was sad for her, but it was a plus for us because her Instagram captions are hilarious. She ran the Insta story the whole year, and it was amazing. So I'm happy that she's doing gymnastics again, but I hope that we still get to see her social media. She's a multi-talented athlete.
Multi-talented, that's the word, multi-talented. So I think we have to ask, as you know, Chelsea lived in Connecticut, competed there. The team that they hated to compete against, and we hated to watch them compete against them, was, of course, Bridgeport. This incredibly talented team year after year. What are we thinking about Bridgeport this year?
It's funny you ask because I was actually at Bridgeport this past week. I went over there to watch a practice. They have a freshman who I know they're working on restructuring her routines, so she might not be making a splash straight away, but just has miles and miles of potential. Nika Takagi is her name. She has a 10-0 vault. She does a front handspring pike half on vaults. She has a really beautiful and a really unusual bars routine. She does a release that I had to look up the name of.
Wow.
It is a pike vault over the high bar. I think it's called a Zhang in the elite code. And that's what makes like Division 2 competition so fun, is that you see skills you don't see other places.
Yeah.
It's really true. And when we talked about that, obviously when Chelsea competed at Division 2, every routine was different.
Yeah.
And every routine, whether they would make it or not, was questionable.
That's the fun of it.
Oh, yeah, you
That's
never
what
know.
made it fun. And who won? I know you guys know this, but who won Division 2 Nationals last year?
Lindenwood.
Lindenwood did.
And it was such an exciting meet because Bridgeport was leading through the whole thing. And then Lindenwood turned up and got a 49.5 on beam in the final rotation. Nobody can touch that.
Wow.
Nobody can touch that. Obviously, that's a program record on beam for Lindenwood, but it is a team that's always been a beam powerhouse.
I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the sad news that came out of Southern Connecticut.
Oh, gosh.
That's Chelsea's alma mater. And, when she sent me the information, it's so tragic. We lost one of our gymnasts. So, obviously our thoughts and our condolences are to her family, to the school. We know the coaching staff, obviously, because we've been talking with Mary and Jason throughout the year. So our condolences go out to them as well.
Yeah.
I have seen on social media recently that some of the local teams, the other teams in Connecticut, have been sending gifts to the girls at Southern, which is really sweet.
Sure.
And when I was at Bridgeport, I know that they had in the few days after they learned some talks with school counselors and psychologists. And I really hope that that's something that other gymnasts have access to as well, to help them process in a way that's healthy, because it can be so scary.
And I just think it's important that we all know that it is a sport, but it is a dangerous sport. And it's something that we all fear. And I think because of the gymnasts do such a good job at their skills, we forget about how hard these skills can be.
Yeah.
One team that I am curious to know your thoughts is Alaska. I know they had a stellar season last season. What do you think for this coming season?
Oh gosh. I am a very big Alaska person. I like to think that me hyping Alaska relentlessly last year was part of the reason that people started to watch Alaska.
I agree with you.
I agree.
So I've said to somebody else, and it's a slight exaggeration, but it's not a big exaggeration. This year, the outlook for Alaska is there are 3 lineups that are just incredible and only getting better, and then vault is kind of on the struggle bus. And it's hurting even more because the biggest freshman of the year is already injured, I believe.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's not good.
There hasn't been an announcement, but we saw her in a boot in the background, a boot and crutches, and then she posted her freshman photos with a red flag emoji, a shirt emoji, and a hospital emoji.
Yeah.
Those are pretty big clues.
No.
Yes, so that's a real bummer because she had a 10-0 vault as well. This is Joanna Chambers. On a positive, I think Alaska has something like 10 bars routines that could go over 9.8 this year.
Wow.
So that lineup is just ridiculous.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're a bars team.
Yes. The other thing that I'm really excited for Alaska this year is Lou Marie Knop, who is the German. She's a senior, and she has been through injury hell, the likes of which you'll struggle to find anywhere. So she basically doesn't have ligaments in one knee at this point because she had so many failed reconstructions that they just stopped.
And she's still doing gymnastics?
She's still doing gymnastics.
Bless her heart.
She has a bars routine that she's hitting, but she's also doing beam, and she's trying to get Yurchenko full back on vaults. I mean, the good news is there's nothing left to tear, right?
Well, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
Yes. So I don't know for sure. I'm really sorry if I'm wrong, Lou, but I believe that she has no ACL, no PCL, and no meniscus in that one knee at this point.
Wow. Wow.
We're quiet because it's stunning.
Yeah.
Well, Rebecca, it's been wonderful talking to you. Yes. I'm so excited that we're going to get the chance to talk to you throughout the year and that you're going to continue to give us updates on Division 2 and Division 3. I think that's what we'll do next time we talk. Let's talk about Division 3.
Awesome. Sounds good. I'll do some extra research.
Okay, Rebecca, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you. It was great to be here. I'll talk to you guys soon, I guess.
Yes, you will. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
This is a lot of fun talking to Rebecca. College Gym News, I think the addition, we started their partnership last season, so I think we've just enhanced it now by the editors coming on to the show, talking to us about meets that we're not able to see or cover. And that was actually a result of the survey where folks said they wanted us to talk about more schools than LSU and UCLA. So Rebecca and others from College Gym News will help us stick to that. So that's going to be fun.
And what's also great about College Gym News is that they actually have an outline of all of the most anticipated incoming freshmen for this year on each event and the all-around. So if you guys want to check that out, visit their website.
And just remember that College Gym News is your one-stop shop for all things college gymnastics. For event coverage, leotard rankings, in-depth features, fantasy gymnastics resources, and more, visit collegegymnews.com.
And if you're interested in supporting CGN's expanding coverage, visit collegegymnews.com/donate.
College Gym News, all the college gymnastics news you want, all in one place. Chelsea, before everybody leaves us, we've got to talk about our new website. If you haven't had the chance to go to theroutinepodcast.com, please visit our website. It's really, really easy to share your comments about any of our episodes. You can tweet us, you can email us, you can post a comment where others can read those comments, and most importantly, you can leave us a voicemail.
Mm-hmm. And it's all right on each individual episode page. So there's no need to go to different pages on the website. It's all right there.
And don't forget to look at the merch, order one of those fantastic water bottles.
Or a bag.
We
still have bags.
We still have bags. And don't forget also to take a look at that subscriber support us page. That's how you'll get a free bag. Take a look at that, becoming one of our box seats subscribers. And again, remember with those subscriptions, you're able to get content that you don't normally see.
And as always, you can tweet us. Our Twitter is @routinepodcast, or you can email us at info@theroutinepodcast.com, or you can leave us a voicemail on our website, as we said, @theroutinepodcast.com.
And as Chelsea said, you do that by going to the episode that you're interested in. At the very top of the page, you'll see a voicemail button. You click that voicemail button, you'll see a microphone. Click the microphone and leave us a voicemail.
Easy as that.
Easy peasy.
And that's it. That's all we got for you today.
We'll talk to you all next week.
Talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.